So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Tannehill. Flush to his, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So 3rd and long after the sack. Tough task for Tannehill and the Titans.
They're going to look to throw.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
Minneapolis.
Today we've got a solid matchup in store in the NFC, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Greg Joseph now ready to get this one started, and we are underway from Minneapolis. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone and tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. They'll start on the ground with Swift.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities. And we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball on the 39. Here's a 2nd and 4. They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
And he's got some space here.
Inside the 10.
Touchdown, Philadelphia.
DeAndre Swift.
61 yards.
And the Eagles march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. Going to begin the drive here with Madison.
Now he's free to midfield. How about this? Racing to the end zone.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Alexander Madison, 82 yards.
And the Vikings are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of the...
Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32.
87 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. A yard all they need, but it's third down.
They'll try and run here with Swift. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
They're going on fourth down with Hurts.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Running from the shotgun with Madison. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. To throw is Cousins.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring out the 3rd down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Cousins now.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Zach Cunningham with a pick.
And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 33. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at the 33-yard line.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Once again, it's Swift.
And yet again, he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Brandon Powell deep from Minnesota.
This is taken at about the 14. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Cousins.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. It's Sidney Brown with it.
And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They will run straight ahead with Swift.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st.
In motion goes the tight end.
On 3rd down, here comes Swift.
And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal.
That's just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Elliott is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
This fielded right at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
To throw, Cousins. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Here's 2nd and 10.
They go play action. Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
Mario Goodrich picks it off.
And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
They go play action with Hurts.
Rolling to his right.
He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
On the option to give to Swift here.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Here's Swift.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now they bring a receiver in motion right.
Throwing is Hurts.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sign of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open just a split second too late on the release.
Swift diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Elliott now to add the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
A 10-point game, 17-7 to score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first two quarters, they had two costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it would be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34. Going to run with Madison again. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 94 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Here's Madison running on first down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And that is incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well. So give some credit to the defense.
On 3rd down, Cousins. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, they have that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you've got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
Listen to me.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Sidney Brown with it. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
Hey, let's go.
Play action. Here's Hurts. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Quez Watkins, 49 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Elliott on for the extra point. And now it's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Cousins. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, I mean, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone. And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On 2nd down, Swift. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. And now they're in the hurry-up. On On third down, they're going to go with the option.
And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. 35 yards that time on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Hey, we're good, we're good.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And, oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked up by James Bradbury.
And the Eagles are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Escapes the defender, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So the Vikings bringing the offense back onto the field. They'll go for 2 here. Following the interception, Cousins. And this is going to be caught, so they do get it. And the 2 points, now they're back down to a 1-score deficit. Still just a 2-score game in the 3rd quarter, but they're going to go onside kick here anyway. And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. I know they're down, but starting the 3rd quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel that they've got to go ahead and make something happen. Steal possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in a position to try and win the game.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
A handoff, Swift running to the left.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all.
Byron Murphy there on the tackle. They work now on 2nd and 9. They run out of the gun with Swift.
They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
And the Vikings are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play.
A change of possession on the turnover when we get back.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Cousins to throw it.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
And quickly they get to the line. Throwing is Cousins.
Another one on this play for Justin Jefferson.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
That one good for 26 and a first down.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a fourth down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about throwing for it right here and right now.
And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. First and 10. Now Cousins. Middle of the field to Jefferson. It'll be a gain of 5. And it's second down. They'll go Madison up the middle. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. First and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. Another carry now for Madison. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Madison is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. Third and goal. And keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. And it's caught. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
I don't care what the analytics say. Look at where they are on the field. To me, that just screams go for it here. I don't even think about putting a kicker out there. What say you?
I support whatever they do. Let's find out.
Look at you, man of the people.
Hey, bring up 48. First.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Vikings have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. Cousins will try and throw. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion no good. So down only 2 now. Still a chance to finagle their way into field goal range if they can get this onside kick. And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Second and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking here for Smith downfield. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
They do tack on the extra point as well, and it might seal the deal as that makes it a 2-score game here with not a lot of time remaining. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Now Cousins. Oh, and that is incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
They'll come up now on second down.
Lucky 50. Black, black. Black, black.
Cousins. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That was one they needed to connect on. They're down, but not quite out. So you have to figure, with under 2 minutes to play, they need to hit on something in very short order.
They're now a tough spot here. This is 3rd and 10.
Here's Cousins. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick-6 on the other side, and now they get a pick-6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick-6 from earlier in this game?
And the touchdown apparently wasn't enough. They're going to go for the onside kick here. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play. And here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 0-0s. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
Bring up 48.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. That really sets them back. A loss of 6. Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss.
Hey, let's go.
Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. This one complete down the field to Goddard.
Down, Philadelphia. Dallas Goedert, 61 yards. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
And this win now going to look a little more lopsided on the